Weak, so I need beautiful wings if we accomplishing things. Prostrate, laying low at the feet of the king. I need beautiful wings if we accomplishing things. Keep me in order, I can sway by beautiful things. Not trying to Picasso, I'm trying to.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Game Changers. We're back.
What's up? What's up?
Gabe's back. It's been about 800 years since we did our last video, so we're back with another NF reaction. I know it's been a while, guys. We're glad that you guys are sticking around for the page. Today we're going to be doing NF Outcast versus NF Dreams. This one's going to be an exciting one because they're two completely different songs, so I'm excited to get into it. I want to give two shout outs real quick to the people who recommended these songs. I want to give a shout out to King's Knowledge and Rosie Phillips. I almost forgot. Went off in memory. I almost forgot. So, but without further ado, we're going to get into it. First video is NF Outcast. Here we go.
Let's go. And by the way, got the NF shirt.
The NF shirt.
Truly.
There it is.
Got to represent. They're locked up, it looks like.
Yep, he's in the cage.
Woke up in the south, where am I at? Yeah, it's cold, but I like that. What am I trapped? Heart's beating out of my chest. Doors locked, but the keys are in my hands. Yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense, does it? I make songs, I don't make friends. Judge me, might smile, but it ain't that funny. Sing along to the pain, they love it. Life's like a merry-go-round, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I like space, I don't fit in the crowds. My whole life, I've been airing it out. Oh, I'm getting into character now. Feels wrong, but...
Wow.
I just like to play on words there with the start of the song, and I liked how he said like life is a merry-go-round. It's just. He's going off in the song. I really like it. So, did you pick up anything so far?
He said that he has the keys and he's still stuck inside. So I'm trying to put the pieces together why he's still inside. But maybe it's like a play on words that maybe stuck in his mind.
Yeah.
He has the way out, but he wants to go through these struggles maybe for a bigger cause.
So just give you a heads up. Make sure you guys check out our playlist, our NF playlist. We did outro too. And remember, he had the keys in his hand there too. So it's the same album. So he connects all his videos. We talked about it before.
Same.
So yeah. Here we go. Bring it back real quick.
Might smile, but it ain't that funny. Sing along to the pain, they love it. Life's like a merry-go-round, now I'm still trying to figure it out. I like space, I don't fit in the crowds. My whole life, I've been airing it out. Oh, I'm getting into character now. Feels wrong, but it feels right. My feelings still tight, real nice, but I will fight anything to win. But I'm not Mike Tyson. I won't bite you, but I will tell you if I don't fight.
I
love it.
Jeez, man.
And not just that, he talked about it. He said, I'm not Mike Tyson, I won't bite you. So I like that, where if you guys know, Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. So it was really cool how he tied that in, and his play on words are just incredible. So, man's a genius, lyrical genius. Here we go.
In the character now, feels wrong, but it feels right. My feelings still tight, real nice, but I will fight anything to win. But I'm not Mike Tyson, I won't bite you, but I will tell you if I don't fight. I am not the norm, I got my own shoes, I ain't trying to fit in yours. I never been married, but I felt divorced. Hi, I'm Nate, have we met before? Somebody.
Ooh, I love that. He said, I've never been married, but I felt divorced. So he's explaining the struggles that he's gone through in his life. So I really like that, how he did that. So
His mom and dad split.
his mom and dad split. So
Right.
yeah, so all the stuff that went on in his childhood, we know from other videos that he had a really tough upbringing. But the thing that I love about NF is he had all these problems that happened in his life, but he doesn't let any of that hold him back, or it's no excuses with his. And he's even got a song that's called No Excuses. So I really like that. So. There he goes, he's hanging out of a car again.
I am not the norm, I got my own shoes, I ain't trying to fit in yours. I never been married, but I felt divorced. Hi, I'm Nate, have we met before? Somebody told you I was whack, check the source. Somebody told you I was back, yes of course. You got a problem with the fans, there's the door. You looking for the old me, check the more.
Oh my God.
He's just killing it. I know we're stopping a lot, but we like to talk. So, but I love how he's on top of the car again. We know in When I Grow Up, he's on top of the car again in that video. So he likes surfing on top of cars apparently. But I liked also when he said that I have my own shoes, I don't need yours. So he's talking about walking in his own shoes, his own path. So not trying to just follow the crowd with this. And that's, I mean, it's the whole premise of the song. It's called Outcast.
Right.
So he's a rapper. He's in the rap game, but he's doing his own thing. He's not going to follow the. We know how many rappers they do the trendy things just to get likes or whatever it may be. So
I heard that he said his old self, if you want to find him, that would be in the morgue. So I'm guessing he's leaving all of the negative stuff in the grave in the past. So
make sure you guys put in the comments what he's talking about there, because I think Gabe's onto something. But some of you guys be going real deep with it. I love it. So definitely give us more information on what's happening.
Tell them that I can see into the future better. Ain't no telling what happened when I pick up the microphone, get the
Sitting on
fans
his
together.
car.
Same style, but the songs are better. Been a year and a half, as it gets gone forever. Ain't no drinking my hand, but you know the buzz coming. Big steps in the game, yeah, the hawk is running. My thoughts are funny, it feels like I'm on to something,
Man, he's going so fast.
I know. And that whole play on words, I enjoy. He says the Hulk is coming, just like where, listen, I'm stepping it. Yeah, the rage is coming. I'm stepping up my rap game because he said that he was gone for a year and a half, but the songs are getting better. It's just
great.
Yeah, he's incredible. It's been a minute since we've done a reaction, so it's good to hear NF again.
Yes.
Been a year and a half, feels like it's gone forever. Ain't no drink in my hand, but you know the buzz coming. Big steps in the game, you know the Hulk is running. My thoughts are funny, it feels like I'm on to something. Yeah. I'm high off the music, my head's in the clouds. I kinda like it up here, I'm not coming down.
Okay.
I'd rather be alone, I am not good in crowds.
Funny
It's
enough.
kinda confusing, I know been that way since a child. They laugh and they tell me I'll never get out. I'm just trying to be me, I am nobody else. I don't care what you think, I'm just being myself. So
I think that line right there is huge. He said, I'm just being myself. And a lot of times you can get caught up in the fame, and if you start getting money and you're starting getting paid, it can really change people. You know how people always say, I'm not gonna sell out, I'm not gonna sell out, I'm not gonna sell out. And then you look at artists like B.O.B. I really liked B.O.B., but then what happened? He sold out and even talked about it. He's like, I'm not gonna sell out. So NF, I truly believe he's gonna stay true to his word. It's just his whole premise, his whole setup. So
I think the one part that got me is he said he doesn't like big crowds, which in his fame he's around a lot of people naturally. So and he's touching a lot of people and connecting with a lot of people, which is really cool. So
yeah, and he definitely has his own niche there because there's so many people that can relate to NF. Even though he's up on the stage in this pedestal, he's like, nah, I don't want to be up on this pedestal. I want to be right here with everybody else.
Yeah,
exactly. Crushing it.
I'm just trying to be me, I am nobody else.
Who are those people coming in and out, different versions of themselves, maybe?
So, I think it's just the noise on the outside. This is my opinion. I think it's the noise on the outside, and he's inside the cage. But he has so many meanings, and he's so deep with his music that, remember how he says, I'm the one holding the keys, so he can go out if he wants, but he's keeping himself caged in right now. That's my take. Guys, make sure you put in the comments what you guys think is the whole premise of the cage and the person walking in and that whole kind of imagery that's going on there. So, dude, we're a minute 40 in.
Sorry,
it's 7 minutes. No, it's actually maybe more. So
I guess for now, I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast. Yeah, I guess I don't fit the mold of rap, cause I'm respecting women. I heard your record, I was laughing at it. Maybe they would like me more if I got a little crack with it. Nah, I don't wanna blend in with you little rapping idiots. I'd rather be the outcast. I ain't never putting out trash. I take 100 and staple it right to my tongue. I always put the money where my mouth's at.
I just want to stop. I know it's the chorus, but like the part that I'm liking is the premise of what Outcast means. He wants to be outside of what the trend is because one of the trends he spoke about is treating women right.
Yeah,
and he's getting made fun of, or in other songs we hear.
Exactly.
And the main media, it's like, you know, from, I'm not going to say names on here, but it's bashing women or bashing men to women. So I definitely, that's one of the things that stuck out to me. That I can connect with.
Yeah, as a Christian page too. I mean, this is what we want to hear. You know what I mean? If we're gonna listen to rap, we want to hear somebody who's going to respect women, not be cussing, things of that nature. So,
and he hits all of them. So,
and he's hard. You know what I mean? His music goes hard. You don't need all that stuff. There we go.
With it. Nah, I don't wanna blend in with you little rapping idiots. I'd rather be the outcast. I ain't never putting out trash. I take 100 and staple it right to my tongue. I always put the money where my mouth's at. Feels good to be here now. I'm a weird person with a weird crowd. But you don't like that? That's cool, that's great, that's fine. Okay, you can leave now. Got a weird smile, but I like it though. I paint it on me and I walk into the microphone and put the caution tape around me like it didn't intro on. Yeah, they got me running this and that. Yeah.
So that line right there, I felt dropped. I think the first verse is a lot better than this second part right here up to this point. He's about to go in deep, but that part right there was a little bit not as good. But the one thing I did like in that part was he what's the word I'm looking for? He went back to intro 1 and he talked about the caution tape. So he's bringing in another song of a song that he's already done before. Yeah, so he's going back and referencing is the word I was looking for. He's referencing intro 1, and I really like that.
There?
Yeah, so you'll see it right back.
I mean, I'm telling you, this man catches things that is just going fast.
Yeah, so I have an advantage. I've heard his songs a million times, so Gabe is the one who's hearing all this for the first time. If you guys are new to the page, I'm a huge NF fan. Gabe is right there.
Up and coming.
Up and coming. He's got the shirt on, but this is the first time Gabe's been hearing it. Here we go.
I don't pay, you can leave now. Got a weird smile, but I like it though. I painted on me, you know, walking to the microphone and put the caution tape around me like it didn't intro.
Wow.
Yeah, they got me reminiscing now. Yeah, know I'm about to go mad. Never wanted something so bad. Goosebumps to the whole track. Ain't no way I'm gonna hold back. Got me thinking that I'm cooking in a Mac lab. How I'm blowing up in front of my own eyes. You look a little lost, you ain't get that. Coming from a town where nobody is a rap, I guess I never get the memo once I missed out. Wow.
Do you think? Can you pause it?
Yeah.
Do you think the imagery? I guess people holding onto him when he's in the cage is outside people trying to pull him back and like taking from him in a sense.
Yeah, I think
this part here.
What I think is going on, and let us know if we're correct, but I think what's going on is it's the outside noise trying to pull him in and to follow the trend. You know what I mean? Because he's the outcast. He's protecting himself in this bubble, and he's like, hey, I'm not gonna go and follow the trends of everything. And this album is huge because it's right at the point where he's starting to really get big and noticed by other people. He's about to go in right here. This is my favorite part of the song right here. Just get ready.
Right after the chorus.
I grow in my feelings again, I can feel it again. So I lay in my bed in my cell with the pen and I dwell on my sins. I keep wondering when time to open the door. They don't know who I am, but I pick up the keys and I put on my Timbs and I stare at the locks and the tat on my skin and I think to myself, I don't want to fit in.
Oh my God.
That whole play,
Can we just listen to that one?
100%, where he just goes back and forth, and he said he's just sitting there, he's thinking of his sins, and he's got the keys in his hands. He's like, I'm putting on my Timbs, going to work. I love where it just
wow.
Yeah, it just reminds me of like a boxer, just dipping. You know what I mean?
Shot after shot, too.
Oh my goodness, beautiful. Let's hit this one more time.
Wow.
We're good, right?
Yeah, know I'm about to go mad. Never wanted something so bad. Goosebumps to the whole track. Ain't no way I'm gonna hold back. Got me thinking that I'm cooking in a Mac lab. How I'm blowing up in front of my own eyes. You look a little lost, you ain't get that. Coming from a town where nobody is a rap, I guess I never get the memo. So missed out. Wow. Yeah, I grow in my feelings again. I can feel it again. So I lay in my bed in my cell with the pen and I dwell on my sins. I keep wondering when time to open the door. They don't know who I am, but I pick up the keys and I put on my Timbs and I stare at the locks and the tat on my skin and I think to myself, I don't want to fit in. I'm high, the music.
I think that's one of his best
overall.
Oh my
goodness. I'm not coming down.
Yeah, you're right. He's holding on to people. People are trying to grab him. Yeah.
Which is kind of confusing. I know, been that way since a child. They laugh and they tell me I'll never get out. I'm just trying to be me. I am nobody else.
One of the things I want to pause is if you relate this to your like life, not even just his music. There's a lot of people that consider that you're friends.
Yeah.
But if they're doing bad, I mean, you guys maybe can relate with this.
Yeah.
If they're doing bad, it's a natural thing, unfortunately, with some humans that they're going to drag you down to their level to make it normal that you're at their same pace. And he's saying he's locking himself in, holding on to everything, even though a lot of people are going to bring him down. He's going to stay focused, stay driven, and help connect with people. That's kind of how I see it.
That's a good point too. And we talked about before, just as believers too, we got to be the people who, when you're trying to get dragged down, we don't just lead them to the wayside, especially if they're friends of ours. We need to pull them up. Instead of them bringing you down, you need to help pull them up. Not in a condescending way, not in a way that's judgmental, but just saying, hey, there's something greater for us. You know what I mean? So,
100%.
Love it. Go back a little bit.
And they tell me I'll never get out. I'm just trying to be me. I am nobody else. I don't care what you think. I'm just being myself. So I guess for now, I'll just be the outcast.
Fire.
I guess I'll be the outcast.
I'm not done yet.
Trying to focus. Take a knife to my head, then I cut it open. Take my brain, put it on the floor, trying to figure out my motives.
I love that line too. So the imagery there, he says, cut open my head, cut open the brain, and he's trying to see NF's motives, because he's just a lyrical genius, the way that he works, and that imagery there is just powerful. So, and now he's just chilling on top of the car.
Everybody definitely visualized what he just said there, because I did, and that was insane.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's such a good bar. So here we go.
Trying to focus. Take a knife to my head, then I cut it open. Take my brain, put it on the floor, trying to figure out my motives. Y'all thought I was an issue when the door was locked. Nah, you should see me when the door opens. Every night I can hear voices, put a camera in my face. Might turn Joker like a Mike poster. Always been a little complex, difficult to process. Some of y'all wanna sit around and try to pick apart my bars. Here's some lines you could dissect. If I'ma die, giving everything that I have. Take a deep breath, I don't need you.
Wow.
I love that when he said, "Here's some lines you can dissect. If I'm gonna die giving everything I got." And I think that's something that everybody should be living up to.
Yes.
Where one of my biggest pet peeves is athletes that just don't give it their all and they just kind of quit,
give up.
Yeah, and it's just like even artists too, where the reason why people love NF so much and other artists that have huge clicks is because they give their heart and soul into it, and people can feel it. It's not only, oh, this is a good tune, but we can feel the stuff that he's talking about. So
Absolutely.
powerful stuff. We're getting to 15 minutes. We gotta.
For my bars, there's some lines you can dissect. I'ma die, giving everything that I have. Take a deep breath, I don't need y'all's respect. I'm a reject, kidding recess, playing games with his make-believe friends. Yeah, I don't ever take a night off. Lights off in a room and I write songs. I might fall into my thoughts once in a while when the mic's off. You ain't never seen no drive like mine, better hop out of my car. I'm about to unlock my doors, you ain't got a seatbelt on, better find one. Getting sick of people telling me to slow more. TS was a chapter I'll never forget, it was therapy for me. But it's time to turn the page now. Hey, shut up, I'm trying to tell them my story. I'm sorry, I wasn't yelling at y'all. I was talking to the voices, I rip out the drums of the industry's ears for trying to ignore me and play them while singing this chorus.
I love the shot at the music industry there because NF is different. He doesn't get as much exposure as the other artists too because he's not following the narrative of the music industry. So I love that shot that he takes right there at them. That's beautiful. He's getting confident at this point in his career. He's getting real confident,
right.
And he's like, it doesn't even matter if the music industry because platforms like YouTube and whatever it may be, he's exploding because of them. So.
I was talking to the voices, I rip out the drums of the industry's ears for trying to ignore me and play them while singing this chorus. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast.
Wow.
Look at everybody inside the cage now.
Yeah, literally, because at the beginning, a lot of people were trying to pull him, but if you stay yourself and it's your good self, a lot of people are going to start like
Following you.
Yeah.
That's what we just talked about. I think Gabe just hit it on the head, and I was just about to explain it too at the end. By the way, that's NF Outcast, phenomenal song. But I never caught that until this time we're doing the reaction where everybody's on the outside of the cage, and then you see them all putting the smile face on, and then they're inside of the cage where NF is being the influence instead of the influence on the outside pulling NF out. He was able to pull them in. Exactly. Sick song, sweet song. We're gonna be right back with NF Dreams. Here we go. All right, guys, we're back. We just listened to NF Outcast. Now we're doing NF Dreams. We're gonna get right into it. Like I said before, both of these songs are completely different. So
very new to me.
Buckle up, buckle up, Gabe. Here we go.
Little piano.
Piano.
Very nice.
Yeah. Most of my life's full of sad days.
Okay.
Started at a young age. Yeah. Bought a house, but I've been living on stage. Trying to find a real me. I ain't found it yet. Wake up.
A lot of powerful bars in the beginning of that song. He said he bought a house, but he's living on stage, and he hasn't found himself yet. So we gotta remember, NF is only what, 27, 28, something like that. So he's still pretty young, yeah. And for all his fame to hit you at that age, I'm older than him, I'm still trying to figure out some stuff. So for him to be able to be at this stage in his life is
I think also because with him pre-COVID, post-COVID, whichever one you want to put there.
Yeah.
He definitely was traveling a lot. So I give it to people that do this life because they do make the most money when they are traveling.
Yeah.
But in the same time, they're trying to touch everybody the same way each and every show. Yeah. So I mean, and then he's still trying to write and live his life. So it's got to be hard.
Yeah, 100%. Bring it back a little bit. But I'm loving the piano, and the thing about NF2 is his artistry is awesome because he's able to do a song like Outcast and then come right back with a song like Dreams.
Stage, trying to find a real me. I ain't found it yet. Wake up every morning feeling like I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Talk to God, can you hear me? Lately I'm a mess. I don't want no one to help me. Yeah. I don't want no one to help me. And if you think that I make decisions based off of what you think, then you're wrong.
I will connect with one part. Sometimes, at least for me, sometimes I don't want everybody to try to help me in the sense because I'm trying to battle things by myself, and I know that everybody else is going through something. So for him to say that bar, it's definitely just connects
resonates
to me. So
yeah,
sorry, I'll go back here.
Gabe taking the control.
Yes,
Look
sir,
out.
You want to go here?
Let's go 40.
40 it is.
There it is.
I don't want no one to help me, and if you think that I make decisions based off of what you think, then you're wrong. Can't nobody think for me, I got my own thoughts. Sometimes you don't know what you had until it's all gone, till it's all gone.
I love that whole play right there. So I'll start with the most recent thing he said. He said, you don't know what you got until it's gone, pretty much. I'm paraphrasing. But it's true, guys. Listen, especially if you are with somebody you really care about, listen, don't look at the outside buzz, just like what happened with Outcast. But really, it's you and that person, that relationship. So make sure you're taking that serious. And then obviously, if it's not fruitful, then you look to maybe end that or whatever it may be. But yeah, I really like that. Yeah, you don't know what you got until it's gone, and that could be anything, not just relationships.
COVID, everybody's hey, it's not important until it affects your family, affects you, and things like that.
Exactly.
So, a little relatable.
Yep, 100%.
Nobody think for me, I got my own thoughts. Sometimes you don't know what you had until it's all gone, till it's all gone. If I took the hand that was dealt me, then I would be nowhere in life. Yeah, I had to think smart.
I love that line, guys. It's just, I'm a no excuse kind of person. And he said that. He said, if I were to take the hand that was dealt me in life, I wouldn't be anywhere. But he said, you know what? I don't care what hand I get dealt in life. I'm going to exceed expectations of what I was supposed to be or where I was supposed to end up. So you guys just, listen, just got to work hard. Listen, and do what God is calling you to do. He's got a plan for each and every one of us. Might be a janitor, might be a CEO, but you just got to go.
The best one you can be, though.
Exactly, 100%.
Till it's all gone. If I took the hand that was dealt me, then I would be nowhere in life. Yeah, I had to think smart. Threw away the deck and got my own cards. Long before I had the money to afford a car.
I love that line.
I've been doing me. I've been doing me. Yeah, I've been doing me. I've been doing me. Following my dreams. Yeah, I've been doing me. I've been doing me. I've been doing me. Yeah, I've been doing me. I've been doing me, following my dreams, yeah, I've been doing me. Most of my life's full of regrets, things I wanna take back, yeah. Wrote you a letter, wish that I had never sent that. Didn't even make sense, I don't even know. All I know is I
want to stop here for a second because it's important to remember too, he said, I have a life full of regrets, but look where NF is at, okay? Fame isn't everything 100%, right. But he's influencing a huge crowd. He's married now. He's about to have a kid, so he's got a lot of blessings in his life, and it just shows you how good our God is because we have a bunch of second chances, all right? And that's what life is. We're gonna stumble, we're gonna rise to the top, we're gonna hit mountain peaks, but we're gonna hit valleys too. But God's the one that's consistent through all that. So we gotta remember that, and we gotta rely on Him through that. So
right, yeah. And then one of the things on the beginning what I said I was gonna come back to, he even though he was dealt a bad hand, he threw those away and he got a better hand, just as Matt was saying. Doesn't matter where you're at in life, as long as you're trying and you're trying to be the best person. Yeah, you can succeed. Excuse me.
I love it.
Never said that. Didn't even make sense. I don't even know. All I know is I get lower on the weekends. They tell me I should make friends. I just sit at home. Lately I've been off the deep end. Yeah, I've been off the deep end. And if you think that I'm about to change who I am just for you, then you're so wrong. As a kid, I built a house around my broke car. Sometimes you don't know what you had until it falls apart. Till it falls apart. If I took the hand that was dealt me, then I would be nowhere in life. Yeah, I had to think smart.
I think one of the parts he said about the house, putting a house around your heart, so he's not getting hurt in a sense, is that kind of him saying, you know, when he comes to situations, he's kind of blocking himself from being hurt? Or
yeah, so you hear it all the time where like people say they put up walls around their heart to protect themselves.
Right.
But a lot of times, well, I shouldn't say a lot of times, if you're really going to give yourself to somebody else, or
in general,
or an instance, if you're going to give 110%, you have to let those walls down. So a lot of times you're doing more damage than good by putting up those guards. So that's the thing. I mean, it's a catch-22, but we need to be able to be all in, but we also need to be able to be smart with who we go all in with.
Yep.
All right. We're preaching a little bit. Here we go.
Then I would be nowhere in life. Yeah, I had to think smart. Threw away the deck and got my own cards. Long before I had the money to afford a car. I've been doing me. I've been doing me. Yeah, I've been doing me. I've been doing me. Following my dreams, yeah. I've been doing me. I've been doing me. I've been doing me, yeah. I've been doing me. Following my dreams, yeah. I'm just doing me, yeah. I'm just doing me. I'm reminiscing back to both of us laughing, playing old records, thinking every one of them's classic. Windows down, we on the street, up in Michigan rapping. We talked about it, but never really knew it could happen. My confidence about as low as the gases. We didn't have the money for it, so we turned to keep average and sit in parking lots for hours to the back.
I love it. I love it. He started out real slow, and it's like it's very hypnotizing, kind of the music. Where I picture just like kind of laying in bed, you know what I mean? Just this is something that can just kind of, it's a real chill song, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But then he comes in with a little bit of more of the fast rap in this last verse, and I love how he's using the imagery of a car here. I wanted to ask you guys, make sure you put it in the comments, who is he talking about in this part? Like he said, we were back in Michigan rapping and laughing
like
together.
a girlfriend or something, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're getting?
Or is it a good friend?
Yeah.
Who is it that he's talking about? If you guys know, make sure you put it in the comments.
Yeah.
So bring it back a little bit.
Money for it, so
I'll
we
sing
turn
that
to
too.
keep average and sit in parking lots for hours till the battery crashes. I think that we related cause both of us were looking for answers. A couple months ago I drove into Gladwin, got me all in my feelings. There's something about being somewhere that's familiar, pulling the gas station, open up the tank, then I feel it, then laugh. When I move back, not in a million, but I appreciate the memories we had. I know you've been calling.
I'm gonna stop there real quick. Gabe is from Florida, and he was born and raised in Florida, so he might not be able to relate with that part a lot. But I'm originally from Philly, and it's so funny that line. It really resonates with me because I love going back home and visiting. But every time I go home, I'm like, I can't wait to be back in Florida. Florida's my home. You know what I mean? Florida's my home. I love it here. So, but it is. I mean, it's good to be able to go back and reminisce, and to be able to see family and old friends too.
I appreciate the memories we had. I know you've been calling, sorry I never called back. I know I've been distant, you know I never meant that. You can tell the family how I'm doing if they ask. I'm just doing me.
That's crazy.
Now a deep one.
I like the in and out. Is that his voice and he's just changing it? He makes all his.
I believe it's him and a guy named Tommy Prophet. Make sure you guys correct me if I'm wrong. But they work on beats together, and they're just one of a kind.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That was NF Dreams. We're gonna vote. If you guys are new to the page, we play 2 songs and we vote and we see which song is going to move on in the NF bracket. The reason why we're doing this is because I've heard NF before. This is Gabe's first time, and we love sports, so we're trying to do a little bit something different than other reactors. So, all right, I'm gonna pitch it over to Gabe.
Cool.
I'm gonna have him vote first, and here we go.
So I'm going to talk about a little bit about both. So Outcast, I like the title of it, showing, him fighting against, not even fighting, just maintaining himself versus a crowd. And then Dreams, I definitely connect with too, because, I do know my family is supposed to, get into technology, get into school, but, maybe my dream was just to play sports and things like that. So I'm connecting with both, but putting those on a line, I like the imagery on both, just the sounds, the piano's a little softer here, which you can connect with. I'm going to go with Outcast simply because of, I really like the full message of him saying, no matter what, I'm not going to be pulled or swayed one way. I'm going to maintain, and if people don't like me, so be it. I'm going to still be myself.
That's awesome. So I'm shocked because I thought he was going to go the other way. So I'm going to explain mine real quick. So NF Outcast, I loved how it was a deep message, but it was also a song that you can bump to in your car.
Yes.
With the chorus. So I think artists that can do that with having a deep message and then a song that you can really just play wherever is powerful. And then Dreams, like Gabe was saying, Dreams is very soothing, and it's kind of like hypnotizing in a way where it's just like if you need a chill day and you need to pop on some NF, this is a song that you kind of go to. So, but I'm with Gabe. I'm going with Outcast. I think Outcast moves on.
Let's go.
We never agreed on which one, so
Let's go.
we did it. So Outcast is going to move on unless it's up to you guys. It's very important that you guys vote in the comments. Make sure you let us know which song you think should move on. If it's heavily favored to Dreams, then we'll switch it to Dreams. But as of now, Outcast is going to move on. And guys, I want to let you know, we're almost done with the first round. It's been 180 years, I think.
Yeah,
like
literally
that.
since we met.
Yeah, exactly. But what we're doing is once we get through the first round, and we'll let you guys know when we're done, we're going to go live. Okay, we're going to go live on YouTube. Never done it before, so it's going to be a rocky road, but it's going to be fun. Yeah, it'll be a good experience. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of the songs, and you guys will have one final time to vote. Okay. All right. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you guys follow the page. Tell your kids, tell your wives, tell your husbands, or whatever, your pets. Yeah, tell them to subscribe. So God bless.